A tense and emotional welcome for Manchester United, who have just taken the field, knowing that a 36-year unbroken run in the First Division could be coming to an end after 90 minutes of the 90th Manchester derby. An emotional afternoon, certainly, and one can only speculate at the thoughts in the minds of the players. Men like Alex Stepney, the only survivor of the 1968 European Cup winners team. And what can be the thoughts today of Denis Law, the erstwhile king of the Stretford end, one of the few men to have played on both sides of this game, now returning for probably his last competitive match at Old Trafford, where he knew so many glories and so many triumphs, and maybe now to make a contribution towards his old team's relegation. Well, let's take a check on the two lineups. Manchester United, unchanged. Tommy Docherty has faith in the side, beaten at Goodison Park on Tuesday, the setback which has made life so difficult for them today. Mick Martin, the substitute. And Manchester City, they too are unchanged for their last game of the season. Rodney Marsh, who's had a cartilage operation, might have been in this game, but he turned an ankle over in training yesterday, and so the question never arose. Willie Morgan and Denis Law, two Scots, the skippers. It'll be Manchester City to kick off. The Blues against the Reds. The Blues attacking the goal to our left. And of course, it's results in other matches which are important in United's bid to stay in the First Division. But what is certain is that if they don't win here, the results of those matches will have no bearing at all. United, with one game to play after this, that's at Stoke, must win, even if the other clubs are to help them. Booth there before McIlroy, but at the expense of a corner. And this time Morgan to take the deep one. Holton was there, didn't make contact. That's McCalliog's header, and off the line by Donachie. Turned in again by Houston. Anybody's. Hooked away by Lee. Daly. Oh, he's made some room now. Good header. Sammy McIlroy disappointed. Bell. Barrett. Summerby to Stewart. For Oakes. Well might the crowd ooh. 0-0 at Old Trafford, but with Birmingham, Southampton and West Ham all leading at half-time, Manchester United will have no illusions about the task ahead of them in these last 45 minutes. McCalliog. McIlroy trying to turn, but Booth gets the ball out and off the flag for a corner. Holton under this yet again. And off the line by Barrett. The shot was Daly's, I think, some of it. Across field, a beautiful ball for Stewart. Can he make it tell? Pulled across for Lee and he couldn't reach it. Manchester City potentially so dangerous on the break. Colin Barrett from Manchester City. Their corner. Summerby's corner. Stewart setting himself and putting it over Stepney's head against the bar. Well, that was the biggest let-off for United so far. Stewart measured his shot to the inch, or maybe not quite to the inch. Calliog robbed by Lee. Back heel for Bell. Dennis Stewart now with Donachie going outside him. Law, Summerby and Lee on or around the edge of the penalty area. Summerby for Stewart. Oh, he really had a go again then, and Stepney got down to cover. Twice in a matter of a minute or so, Dennis Stewart Foiled, first by the woodwork, the second time by Stepney. Morgan. Doyle. Summerby slotting it through nicely for Bell. Stewart is away on the left. Lee. Pulled across for Law! Denis has done it! And no elation there at all from Denis Law. He'll not have scored a cheekier goal on this ground where he's seen so many triumphs. Just look at that little back heel. We've got an invasion of the pitch that we could well do without. The referee is wanting to take the players off. There are officials down on the touchline talking to him. And the pitch rapidly clearing. Tommy Docherty and Tony Book in conversation down on the line. It surely is over now. And Denis is going to come off. Farewell to Old Trafford. And Denis leaves the scene, almost certainly for the last time at Old Trafford. The substitute on is Phil Henson, 21 years old, playing for the first time in league football. Henson. Foul by Summerby. It's as though we've got flower bombs or something being thrown from the Stretford end now. It's smoke of some kind coming from behind that goal. Police are there in numbers. Play going on. And about 5 minutes to go, because I guess the referee will add something on for the pitch invasion. Houston. Back to him. We've got a spectator on the pitch. Well, this is not a very happy day for Manchester, whichever side of the fence you sit on. And one could do with Manchester supporters not to let down the name of the city. We've got two more on the pitch, one at each end. Martin Buchan leading one away. Still smoke eddying out from behind the goal as play restarts. Difficult for the players to keep concentration in circumstances like this. Referee having words with the Manchester City bench for something. Barrett to Lee, Holton holding him off and getting the ball back to Stepney. Buchan. Forsyth. Booth. Booth coming away with the ball. And we've now got fans on the field again, spilling over from the corner on my right. And I suspect that we shall see the referee calling the players off. Yes, he's taking them off. We have in fact had 45 minutes in this game, and I don't see him bringing them back on. So that presumably is the end of the game, and apart from 90 minutes at Stoke on Monday, the end of Manchester United's 36 years unbroken run in the First Division. Sent there by the last kick that Denis Law is likely to take on this field, and the end of a sad, sad season for Manchester United. And we've got another invasion of the pitch. And the season at Old Trafford not so much ending as disintegrating. Loyalty is one thing, but without discipline, it so easily becomes a shambles. And now a police cordon marches on, and the rabble retreat.
Well, just what the punishment for those scenes will be, we can only wait and see. But of course, United's immediate punishment is relegation to the Second Division. And Gerald Sinsat asked the Manchester United manager, Tommy Docherty, for his reaction to that.
Obviously very difficult. They're a very young side. Even the older players are obviously very upset. I myself, I'm very upset. I'm upset for the players because they've given so much. I'm upset for the directors and the supporters, because I feel very ashamed and very embarrassed to be in this position. There is no doubt about it in my mind that everyone that plays against Manchester United, they play twice as hard and run twice as fast, and they all like to beat us and they all like to bring us down, and this is a difficult thing to overcome. How could Everton beat us then beat Southampton 3-0? It's just not on, and this is the type of thing that happens, and I feel very sorry for them because they've given so much. And no manager could have asked for more than I've got from these fellas.
What did you say to them when they came in?
Well, I couldn't speak for a change. You know, it's very, as you say, it's very embarrassing. In as much as what can you say? You know, we've been lifting them all season and they've responded magnificently. And it's very difficult. Young players don't realise probably the seriousness of it.
What about your own fans, Tom? This tremendous loyalty and enthusiasm they have for you, and yet at times it embarrasses you when it gets out of hand like today.
It never embarrassed me. They're great supporters. And today's incident, I was here last year and Mr. Olive said to me, be prepared at the end of the game, Tom. They come running on the pitch, pick up pieces of grass, and they probably thought it was time up today and they ran onto the pitch. It wasn't the right thing to do. I'm not saying it was. It was unfortunate. There was some injury time, I believe, which, you know, I was a bit surprised. But I'm not the timekeeper. The referee was in a very difficult
I certainly
position.
thought there were a few minutes to go.
Yes, the referee had a very difficult job to do, and so did the chief of police. And this is what I feel. It's very, very difficult. And since the Nottingham Forest match, of course, this is the second or third time it's happened. And unless something's done, of course, it's going to happen a lot more.